Okay guys, I'm back, and this is a new video. I am continuing my Clear My Stash series, pulling out kits and building them. This time I have the 1:1 scale T800 Terminator arm. It's a resin kit, recast. Quality is so-so, but good enough to try and make it look good. So I've already washed the parts. This is the base I will be using. It's basically a clock face from Michaels. I am looking into possibly getting a tube with a dome so I can recreate the iconic scene where John Connor as a kid throws the arm off of the shelf at the facility and shatters the glass and grabs the arm. So that's what I'll be doing. These parts, as I said, they have flash, they have issues with symmetry. I've already cleaned them up a little bit, but that's what you get when you get resin kits. This goes like this here, and I'll probably be using screws to get some of the heavier parts together because CA glue alone is not going to cut it. But anyway, I'll keep you up to date with this video. With this build, I mean. Talk to you later. Okay, so continuing with my T800 arm. I got a fair amount of work done tonight. Let's see. Took this plastic rod that I had laying around, not using it for anything, drilled a hole in the center there, and CA glued the area, and that's my support. It'll be glued in here eventually when the time comes, and secured. These two parts I joined together with some CA glue, but mostly with 3 screws, which I drilled holes into the resin with my Dremel tool and then screwed those on. These are heavy parts, and this was really the only way that excuse me, that I felt secure enough to put them together without having them fall. I obviously had some significant gaps. That's fairly typical with resin kits. I've already puttied them. I'll let them dry overnight and then sand them, and if I like the way they look, then I'll be happy. I also did some grinding of the parts that go in here. Show you how they go. These are I guess the pistons that supposedly move his arms, or his hands anyway. These will be adjusted so they're standing straight, of course. And this one, the long one, goes back here. This one has absolutely nothing supporting it, so I'm going to have to drill some and put a small screw, a long screw on there so it holds it in place. That's how these sit. And the metal rods go inside these, and they have attachments, little parts in front, namely those right there, and then this sits on top of it all like this up here. So I've had to figure all this out by looking at pictures online. This kit came without instructions. but I guess after building a couple of resin kits I'm getting used to that now. Quality isn't exactly sterling. You can see that there's issues with the casting and the quality. The details are alright, I guess. Some of it was ground already, and I've drilled some holes in between the parts of the fingers that were all clogged up with resin. Some of them I've still got to do. As you can see, there's a couple of spots there, but that's okay. I mean, there really isn't a styrene kit or a wonderful T800 1-to-1 arm kit out there that will be much better than this. They're all mostly just resin recasts from figures, so if I want to build one of these, that's what I've got to put up with. And that's okay. It's a challenge, and it always sharpens your modeling skills. So anyway, I'll call it quits for now and continue on in my next video, assembling the next part as I showed you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Okay, back with another update on my T800 arm. I went ahead and sanded the putty work that I did around the seam, and it's turned out pretty smooth. Certainly it's hidden that seam to a degree that once I paint it and chrome it, it'll look nice. The main support rod is secured, as I showed you before, with screws and CA glue. And I turned my attention to the hand, which I've assembled, at least the fingers, the digits. Went ahead and glued them all in place. I'm using multiple reference pics from the web as my guides, and it's already beginning to look pretty menacing. Can't wait to get this thing chromed. I'm going to try and get these tendons in now, all the hydraulics and tendons, figure out how they go by looking at the pictures. And once those are done, the hand, for all intents and purposes, will be finished, and then it'll be a question of getting these things completed with these suckers appropriately placed and measured in size so that they can be fitted in there. So I'll be continuing work on that, and I'll keep you apprised of the situation. Take care. Alright, so I have finished assembly of the hand. Got all the pistons, the hydraulic pistons glued in, and it's looking pretty cool. I also glued the hydraulic cylinders into place, and I chose a smaller round base, which I like better. It's more in line with what you see in the movie and in the kits that are out there. The only thing that's left is putting the tube cylinders in position. They have to be precisely cut so that when the hand is installed where it's supposed to go up here, the tubes will all touch at the bottom without any issues. This will probably have to be secured with a screw somewhere down there. I'll do that tomorrow. Now, this is the only question mark I have. This part is included with the kit. It's included with several of these recast kits, but I can't find the spot for it. As you know, most of these garage kits don't even come with instructions, so you sort of have to figure out how to assemble them by looking at pictures and seeing how everything goes together. It looks like it simulates some kind of rope cable. I'm guessing it goes somewhere in here, maybe here, like that. or here like that. I'm not really sure. If I can't find an exact spot for it, then I'll just choose a spot and make it look good. I don't really care. But I'm not going to throw it away. It's got some nice texture to it. So I think it'll probably look cool once it's chromed. The other thing I'm not going to do, which I've seen many builds that do have it, is add wires. They put a bunch of wires through here and then drill them through here and bring them up to the hand. I don't have the cables. I'd have to look for them. This wasn't meant to be a long, complicated build anyway, and to be honest, I think honestly the most important thing with this kit is a paint job. If I can make the chroming look good, I think he'll look just fine. Also, I have an idea. I found a place where I can get a plastic tube cylinder, which will simulate the display from the movie. I'll try and get that, and I think it'll look plenty nice once I chrome it and I put it on its display without having to add the cables. I just don't want to go through the trouble. But certainly check out some of the other builds. There's some people that do some wonderful work with it, and they bring out some of these hydraulic cables like bicycle cables or gear cables, and they bring them up through the base here, the base of the hand, and attach them to each finger to simulate the actual arm. This is based. These recast kits are probably recast from the Sideshow Collectibles T800 arm that about 750 were made. It was a limited edition back in the 2000s, and they are extremely rare to find now, and what I've seen on the web on eBay is over $2,000, which is ridiculous. So I'm guessing that's what this was recast from. But I won't be doing the cables. I don't want to complicate my life, and I've got several other kits that I want to finish. This was meant to be like an intermediate build between a couple of builds, and I really don't want it to take too much longer. It hasn't taken that long, but I want to finish it up right around the same time as my actuator, which, although it's not part of this video blog, it's almost finished. So anyway, see you in the next update. Hopefully by then I'll have the hand installed. Talk to you later.